Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Najmi Fidaus bin Zulkifli. I'm from Group 3. I and my friend want to talk about bending moment at the skateboard. My group name is Syarul Afiq bin Raziz, Muhammad Fakrul Syakirin bin Abdul Rahman, Syubashini anak perempuan Sandaran, Muhammad Najmi Fidaus bin Zulkifli dan Muhammad Ariff Lukman bin Muhammad Suhaib. Introduction. The study of solid mechanics states that the deformation and motion of solid material under the force that will apply the material under of action with a force, temperature change, phase change and other external or internal agent. Solid mechanics have been used in various types of applications such as civil, aerospace, nuclear, biomedical and mechanical engineering. In this subject, we can learn about many topics such as strain and stress, shear force and bending moment diagram, bending stress, torsion, thin cylinder and complex stress. From the topic that have been learning in solid mechanics, we can apply to knowledge to solve the problem that we face in our daily life, and at the same time, we can increase our understanding of solid mechanics that can be useful to solve any problem which is related to this subject. In this group project, the topic we chosen is related to shear force and bending moment which a person stand on the deck of skateboard. This lift with the person weights as well as the actual riding and encountering numerous things during the voyage. It's merely a matter of converting this to the loads that need to be carried. The objective: calculate force, moment, stress and strain in a wide variety of structure members subjected to tension, compression, torsion and bending using the formal theory of solid mechanics. Apply various principles to solve the calculation problem by using various equations depends on the real world problem case. Second, to identify the shear force diagram and bending moment diagram based on a real world problem. The problem statement: to find out 5 real world problems that relate to shear force and bending moment. Second, to calculate the value of shear force and bending moment where a person stand on the deck of skateboard.
Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to everyone. My name is Muhammad Ariff Lukman bin Muhammad Suhaib. Today I will present to you all about the real world problem. In this project, we managed to get 7 real world problems which I had compiled them into this table. So today I will explain to you about 2 different real world problems, which is first the skateboard and second the scissor. Nowadays we often used to see teenage with a skateboard. They're riding to the school or playing in the skate park. But it's look really interesting to see them make some new trick that's really cool. But you will think twice to have the hobby like that. After you heard the problem that this skateboard often broke or break when playing with it, that can result in fatal injuries or even death. The skateboard tend to broken because the force that acting in the middle of the skateboard and also the bending stress. So to prevent the problem, we have to use the suitable material to build the skateboard. Before this, we would commonly the skateboard manufacturing they use wood. But after this, maybe they can use harder material like for example, the fiberglass that are more waterproof, more durable and harder than the wood. As I'm mentioning to you all that I will discuss to you about scissor. First, what is the problem regarding this scissor? The problem is the difficulties in manufacturing process and removing the material, and the location of the scissor that we often found is in the stationery in our stationery or in the kitchens. So as I mentioned before the problem regarding the scissor, so now I will explain what is the problem. So in scissor, shear referring to the process of cutting or clipping an object into a smaller part like this. So shear force is a force that applied to a structures that tend to shear or split into a portion. The product is used perpendicular to the other surface direction, which the top blade and the bottom blade moving in the opposite direction like this. So when the 2 points act in an opposite direction perpendicular to the longest part of an object, working on a thin item relatively close together in the shear occur. In other words, when the objects like paper is cut, the scissor divide power in two directions that perpendicular to the length of the paper or other object that been cut like this. Look, we cut a paper. So that is all the explanation for scissor.
About our result. Okay, this is a capture or a diagram about our explanation about our report, which is a skateboard. So you can see this. You can see we could find AFA and FB equals to 36 kilo. Is equal to the threading at 53.16 Newton. Same goes to FA equals to FB equals to 50 kg and equals to 176.58 Newton. So we can get the L and also the length of the A and B. So calculate the moment using the L4 meter. MRA equals to FA times A plus FB times FA plus A plus B plus RB times L. So just have to keep the value and then we can get the RB. Same goes to force. We use the formula, substitute the point that we have, and then we can get the RA. So the second diagram is used to find the shear force and bending stress. So this is the calculation, as you can see. Okay, next to the discussion. The discussion is about what point of the skateboard see the largest shear force and bending moment, where the highest force is 201.81 Newton and the largest bending moment is 22.17 Newton meter. For the result we get, we can find the bending stress for the skateboard. Here the calculation below. So the bending stress for the skateboard is 25 MPa, so megapascal.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fakrul Syafrin Abdul Rahman. My metric number is AD170189. So now I will explain a little bit about my part, which is about the method of assessment. First, bending stress is the type of stress that an object or structure experiences when it is subjected to heavy load. This condition can usually happen even in industries that use steel and concrete. A corrosive attack can also cause the formation of small cracks and dents on the metallic structure. This can lead to more fractures and eventually to catastrophic failure. The effect of a corrosive attack can also cause the structure to bend and crack its load carrier. Next part is about the introduction of skateboard. In this chapter, the problem that been chosen for a work problem is shear force and bending moment on skateboard. Skateboard is used as an example to the work problem to understand and review the shear and moment diagram. Normal stress, bending stress, shear stress and other type of stress can be used to test the load. However, in today's report, we are more inclined to look at the load test against the bending stress that a skateboard surface faces, as well as what kind of parameter design is best for different people with different height, load, and shoe size who wish to utilize skateboard in their daily life. In addition, we choose skateboarding for our research because it is more accessible or well known in the wider public regardless of ages. Skateboards also consist of three parts, which is the deck, the truck, and the wheels. Screen printing is commonly used to customize them. Skateboard trucks are often made of aluminum and other metals such as steel, brass, and other alloy. However, nylon is also used. The angle of concavity and the shape of the nose and tail varies between the deck. To impose their design on the structure of the board, manufacturers employ templates. Companies that construct decks and wheels distinguish themselves from the competition by incorporating unique art designs into their product. While some of the artwork is created using a computer, others are created by hand. When purchasing the components individually, the consumer is responsible for following all directions for his own safety. All screws must be properly tightened for the truck to remain in place while stands are being preformed. Manufacturers inspect finished boards on a regular schedule to ensure that they are safe and secure. For the last part, it is about the theoretical calculations, which is 3.2. We need to understand the FBD, then we can plot the shear force diagram and the bending moment diagram. For the first diagram, considering the complete beam, for the vertical, RA plus RB equal to P, moment on A equal to PA minus RB times L equal to 0, so RA equal to PB over L, and also RB equal to PA over L. For the second diagram, considering the cut section as greater than 0 and less than A, for the vertical F equal to RA equal to PB over L. For the moment M equal to RA times F equal to PBX over L. For the last diagram, considering the cut section as greater than 0 and less than L, for the vertical F equal to RA minus P equal to PB over L minus P equal to minus PA over L. For the moment M equal to RA times X minus P times S minus A equal to PA over L times L minus X. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Hi there, my name is Subhashini Sandra, my metric number CD200178. As a conclusion, this group project connects students with a basic concept of engineering that students learn in Solid Mechanic 1 classes to example from their own life experiences. This method is a powerful one to help engage students. This helps students understand the solid mechanic course and enhance the student learning the application of engineering principle other than just producing calculation in class. By following the 5 real-world problems, we can conclude that the calculation and the approach of the skateboard are based on the shear force and bending moment. From the analysis of the skateboard, the dash is the main part of skateboard and mostly the strength characteristic and dimensional of skateboard are similar. The desk is helped to support and balance the user to standing on skateboard. We can find that skateboard have two types of load which are shear force and bending moment. The shear force and bending moment is a distance to the point multiplied by the simple force known as loads that act vertical on the frame. Besides, we also calculate the value of shear force and the value of bending moment for the skateboard. From this group project, everyone in our group managed to learn about the Solid Mechanic 1 chapter, which is shear force and bending moment. The appropriate solutions were proposed for the engineering problems based on the knowledge of solid mechanics. Thank you.